What is up, my dudes? It's Pac-Man here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Or6 Analysis. Today, we're looking at a legitimate Copper 5, my man Fzn.harm. What's up, bro? Thank you for sending in the footage, by the way. Been playing the game for a little bit. Thinks his mechanics aren't really the issue, it's just more the way he's playing or different things like that that are holding him back. Has no intentions to pursue competitive or anything along those lines. Just simply wants to get a bit better so that he can be a bit more confident and stronger when he's playing with his mates and overall enjoy the game a little bit more. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. All right.
10 seconds to insertion.
Put the green tea here. It's been a long old week. Busy times.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
Okay, we're playing on Canal, second floor. We got the Jaeger. So, I know the video has just started, but I just want to show you something really quickly. These reinforcements here, they're fine, they're critical. You do need them reinforcements. This ADS placement, let's have a look. So this ADS placement being placed right there, the one thing that you need to be aware of, and this goes across the board for everybody, utility placement, I've talked about it in one of my common mistakes videos, but utility placement should never be in like an easily seen line of sight, right? So think about when people come up green stairs, they usually hug this side of the wall. Now granted, this wall isn't reinforced, which probably isn't great for the defenders because you can't place someone in this corner. But it's unreinforced, so they're not as likely to hug this side. I don't think you know that, though. I don't think you would have kind of thought that deeply into it. So you just need to be cautious, because as soon as they come up them stairs on a regular round, your ADS will be popping out, they'll shoot it, and it's basically wasted. Also, whenever you're placing ADSs, just always think about, who am I trying to defend with this ADS, right? What am I trying to stop? So, yeah, keep that in mind. Same thing kind of goes from here. I'm not sure. That probably can't be shot from the window, no. Not terrible. Bulletproof is fine. It's on a soft wall, which isn't ideal, to be honest, because they can be pretty easily destroyed. And then, see, same thing. Oh, you've decided against it. But even, let's just double down on this while we're talking about it, right? So, you were about to place it here, and that can be shot basically from the window, or just as they jump in the window or as they come up the stairs. It's not great. A better place to place it, somewhere that might be a little bit more protected, could be right there on that wall. A lot harder for them to shoot, right? You're placing it kind of out in the open. And then now, even here, you're going to place it here, and that is probably to protect the Valk. I imagine that's why you've placed it there, right? The Valk's moved now, but if you're trying to defend the Valk, you should probably put it there or there to protect the Valk, not where you've placed it. Sorry though, I'll go back. Oh, we're dead. Oh no. Okay. Okay, the breach is open straight away. You've ran across and got tagged, got away with it. That's fine. Sounds like they've come into 90 as well. Rotate's not done correctly. I wouldn't be jumping out, and that's probably, yeah. So there's always going to be someone holding them angles. Not really any need for you to run out there, especially when the rotate wasn't done ground level, so you couldn't just pass through it while crouched or while running. You had to vault it, so you're very slow. But even if you are vaulting it, yeah, it's just overall I wouldn't be peeking a hole like that when the breach is open.
No.
Alibi going big, one-on-one. Let's get it. I'd be on cam still, my dude. Yep, read my mind. Can't seem to see anything. And the round's done. It's unfortunate. It's our main stairs. Thatcher is getting out of there, bro. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So that round, some little things I picked up on. utility reinforcements there were fine. You need to have them walls reinforced, or otherwise they can just basically break open that wall from the window outside, like the balcony, the ledging, and just destroy you guys, pick you off from the outside. So the reinforcements were perfect, but just be cautious of where you're placing your ADSs. Think about, who am I defending with this ADS? What am I trying to achieve by putting this down? And just making sure that you're making it at least a little bit difficult for the defenders to destroy that utility. Okay? Alright, so we've switched it up to the Frost. Same map. Same site, sorry. Placing the shield and putting the Frost map behind it to try and trick the enemy. Don't mind it. Not a bad move. Wouldn't be how I play Frost or shields. Like, it is a kind of a thing you can do, but I'd be placing shields to peek off. They're so strong. They're so strong now that they've got the little like mirror windows where you can see through them. Incredibly strong. I'd be playing it more as something to peek from rather than something to hide Frost mats. Again, as well, just to reaffirm what I said there again. So both of these Frost mats, they're not bad Frost mats by any chance of the imagination. But what I'm trying to say, like, because obviously when I do these coaching videos, I only see this one game, but I'm trying to pick up things that you potentially do in all games and try and, you know, stamp out those, you know, potentially wrongdoings or whatever. And again, the Frost mats are pretty exposed and easily shot. So just make sure you're hiding your utility and make sure it's a little bit difficult for the enemies to shoot it. So I see you using the cams a lot, and that's good. That's good. It's something that, like, it is a resource, especially in these ranks when they don't tend to take out cams and I guess don't tend to take out utility as much. It can be really powerful in all ranks. Okay, so you've given up on yellow. There's no heat. There's nothing happening this way. I think you're a man of action. By the way, you went to take that rotate hole. Starting to heat up. The pulse got the job done. Mana Trick has missed it. Yeah, don't love this push. Very aggressive for no reason. Not really sure what you're aiming at there. You're trying to get a sneaky pick. I just wouldn't be standing here. You're definitely gonna die. You can't be, yeah. Like this positioning here. Just to let you know, like, I'm not trying to be harsh by any means. I'm just trying to show you where I think you could be going wrong in your games. But doing stuff like this, like, you know, you can't expect to get away with this. You're not even leaning the right way here. You should be leaning the other way. And the Thatcher just got a little bit confident and punished you for it. But you can't be going to positions that, like, and it's kind of an important point to actually speak about really quick. There's certain parts of the map, in every map, there's certain rooms near bomb sites that you would call attacker territory. So even though it's, you know, your bomb site or your building and the attackers are trying to get in, certain parts are attacker territory. Just don't go in there. Just, it's too hard to hold. Give it to the attackers. This room right here is attacker territory. I wouldn't be using this room. Like, you can use it to run out and stuff like that. You can use it to get aggressive on them, but sitting in there, absolutely not. You do not want to be sitting in this room. There's far too many ways you can get peeked. There's that grapple there. You missed the shot here. And then also, like, hang on, there. So do you notice what's wrong with this lean, bro? So you're trying to see what's around that corner, right? You're trying to see what's around this corner. You're waiting for someone to come from this direction. However, you leaned like that. Imagine seeing that in real life. If there was a, you know, if there's a door here and I'm trying to find someone that's coming from over there and I go, you know, that doesn't make sense. You'd lean this way so that you can see them quicker, right? So that you're leaning out, you're poking your head out and you're like, hey, what's up? You know, you wouldn't go, hey, bro, like, you'd lean into the corner that the way you're trying to look. So leaning like this means that they can shoot you without you shooting them. And that's why he took damage there. And then the Thatcher just got the job done. But I sense a lot of impatience. There's 2 deaths there, purely just from being kind of over-aggressive. Granted, the first round specifically, you were in a tough spot. regardless, the breach was open. They were already in 90, you know, so it's getting more harder and harder to find somewhere safe to sit. But going through the road, vaulting through the rotate hole was not the play.
Friendly disabled the diffuser.
Nice.
Got the job done. Bandit long armed it. Well played. All right, we're going down to the basement now. Kayaks. So again, using the shield to cover the frost map. Maybe a slightly better place to put the shield might be there for the player that's trying to hold trench door, because you can hold trench door from here. Trench door is the one that's like just to the right. Trench. You can hold trench door from this shield. It's probably just not as, not as powerful as maybe putting the shield there like that and then having an ADS on that door. I know it takes a little bit more coordination, but the ADS is there to prevent, you know, an arch charger or Sophia pellet from destroying it straight away, so it gives you a little bit more protection. A little bit easier to hold trench, but you've chosen to hide the frost mat. Again, not awful. Like, it can be a pretty cheeky way to get a kill, but not the best either. I don't know what you're looking for here. There's about 10 seconds left in the round. Utility's still not down. You got 2 reinforcements and another frost mat to put down. See, I like the way you're putting them around the corner, hiding them around the corner. That's perfect. That is sort of how you play Frost, you know? Putting them around so that when the enemy comes through and strafes while aiming in, you know, they don't, if they can't afford to look down on the ground. Easily fixable for the enemies. As I say, you moved it to the middle, just again, not a huge deal, but it's easily fixable by a bit of droning from the enemies. But moving it off to the side, a little bit harder for the enemies to see. It's not a bad way to play it.
Almost got that.
All right, I'd be careful as well. I'd be careful getting on cameras in this room specifically, in here, being on cameras, because this is basically once the enemy team has control of reception, which is directly above it, and moving into radio room and the different rooms above. This part here is usually the first part that they'll open up, the roof there, and you know, if you're just on your cams, you'll be, it's harder to realize that they're doing that. So just be careful with not being aware while on cams in this room. But in the same respect, as soon as you've seen someone in reception get a kill, it looks like you're off it.
Almost got that. They're all upstairs. They're going for hatches. Visual, if you go in, they're right there.
There goes the frost map. So, let this play out for a second. You want to go? Nice. Well played. Good flick. Nice shooting.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
There's a drone on you somewhere. Watching the hatch, not worrying too much about the drone. Not a bad idea. Drone's close though. Unlucky, bro. It's fine. Someone's dropped hatch there. You can hear from the sound. There he is. Oh. Nice.
Nice.
Not too shabby, my dude. All right, really quickly, I want to go back to here. Just want to try and show you things. So, right. So when we're here, right? Why do you turn back there? You turn back, you start hearing fuse canisters. Right?
Visual, if you go in, they're right.
But if you listen, I don't think there was any, yeah, the hatch isn't open yet, right? So you're seeing fuse canisters, canisters going down, no hatch drop, but you're looking inside the site around the hatch. Whereas what you should be looking at is the other places they can come, and there you actually hear the Thatcher on the stairs, and you're aiming down at that door, which isn't bad. It's a nice shot, by the way, but it's not bad because they could be coming through there. You don't know they're not, but you know for sure there was one there. And then there was another thing. Obviously, the drone, it happens. Like, sometimes they are a little bit pesky. That does happen. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Maybe, yeah. Here, though, So, you know, you've heard someone's drop. You aim out without shooting, right? So you know someone's dropped if you listen. You heard them drop, right? So I would be coming out of this corner while firing. And another thing is that, just if you notice, what you do here is you peek out, crouch level, and the fuse sees you, you see the fuse, and then you re-peek out at the same level. So it gives the, you've just shown the fuse where to aim, and then you just pop back out like, hello. And you get the kill, but I'll show you what might be a little bit better. Right, so there. And you peek back out the same level. It's not bad you did wait for those bullets to kind of stop. But what might have been better is if you were crouched, right? You see him there, and then when you come up here, stand up and then peek out. So stand up and peek out, stood up, so that now the fuse, if he was aiming at your head, he's going to be shooting to your body while you know where his head is, right? And it's going to allow you to land more kills. But well done. They were like, it doesn't look like mechanics are what's holding you back here. I would imagine it's yeah, I would imagine it's just positioning and, yeah, stuff like that, getting over aggressive, not knowing where to be. Okay, so we're on offense now. You're being chased down by a duck. I think the duck's trying to play some games. Gotta love a cheeky drone chase. Drone chase. It's actually quite hard to say. Drone chase. Guess not. Got away from him. I like it. So it looks like you've got, can't remember what the setting is. It's drone deployment. You probably got it on standard or normal or whatever, or original. Can't remember. You want to put it on advanced so that you're able to drive that drone to safely prior to getting off it. But to be honest, in the same respect, you don't really want to be putting your drone in danger anytime anyways. Blackbeard. I like the holographic on the Blackbeard. I actually do like it. Sometimes I play it. It's pretty dope. Okay.
Cab on me, help!
Nice shots, bro.
Cab on me.
Alright, while we're in the mood, let's just show you one other thing, right? So, notice this Habana. For one, the first thing to know is that no one's droned this room. I'm pretty confident. Unless the Habana had a drone in there. I'm not entirely sure about that, actually. She might have had a drone in there, but I'd probably be putting a bet that she hasn't. She's just sending it. And that's fine. And you can send it after her. Once she's gone in, she hasn't died straight away. That's as good as any information to know we're good to go, right? But look where the Habana aims, right? So the Habana jumps in, and she runs this way. Do you notice that? So she's over here looking to the right. So when you come in, see, you notice that? So she's looking
You guys know where bomb is?
all on the right, all to the south. So what I would be doing, like at that door, so that's the other way the enemies could be. So the Habana's checking out this way, holding this way, right? So you don't need to hold this way. She's just pushed through there. So what you are susceptible to right now is there's already been one repel sound, the Habana coming in, so they know that there's people upstairs and in and around the area. And then there's another one. So then you're swinging through as well. And I would be swinging through holding this door, right? So because that's where the enemy's going to be. That's where you can get swung on because the Habana's over there. She will die before someone comes to that door, you know? That has to happen first. So you don't need to worry about that door until she starts getting shot at. She's not being shot at, so I would be aiming down this door as you proceed through. All right? Oh, we get to listen to it again.
Cab on me, help!
Help! That's funny as.
Thank you very much.
No worries, bro. Come again. Nice shots in the cab there. Again, like it looks like you're actually able to aim at people, like point at them. Don't know why you're checking up here. Guess there could be someone lying down, but you still wouldn't know that because you didn't go up around the corner. But that's a dead end. Okay, so not a single drone was used this day. No droning. As Blackbeard, you don't ever really want to be sprinting. You always want to be kind of ADS'd and watching the way that you want to go. Because you got the shield, sprinting, like he's got a really slow ADS time because he's got a shield on to make him a bit more balanced. So you never really want to be sprinting with Blackbeard. If you're clearing angles, you want to always be ADS'd. As best you can anyway. Blackbeard saves the day. So you didn't get punished there for face checking, but if you were anyone else, you would have. So again, still no drones used. Don't know why you're checking that way. Very, very unlikely there's going to be someone in there. But let the drone check this for you. Sending it. Sending it. Maestro, you can't shoot him. Beat up Maestro can, brother.
Last stop standing. You have dropped the diffuser.
What has just happened here?
Last stop standing.
Is she like lagging out?
Drop the diffuser.
These are not the coppers that I play in my Climb and Rank series. Well played. See that I love that bit there, right? So you've committed to an angle, so you know this guy's here. Because you're standing up, you're cutting off that angle there. You're committing it, walking it down. It's only a matter of time until he's gonna pop up, and you land the shot. Well played. Well played, and you were able to kind of hold your cool and put him away. So I don't think like your actual like what is that? Your mouse aiming isn't an issue. Maybe your overall mechanics are gonna hold you back at a later point. But I think down here, as you've seen with that mirror, it doesn't. You don't need extremely good mechanics to be able to climb through these ranks or to get better. So I think for these sort of ranks, you're fine. You're probably top fragging at the moment or close to. So you don't really need that that next level of mechanics. It's just positioning, right? So understanding where you need to be looking and understanding what you're doing, plus droning, right? So I imagine, the reason, it's kind of hard to explain because the reason that you're down in Copper 5, right, means that you lose a lot of games. So this game, you're winning and, you'll likely go on to win this game, but I wouldn't even be guessing if I was to say that there's games where this style of playing that you're doing just doesn't work. It works such a small amount of the time that you're in Copper 5. So in order to kind of get through ranks like this, you need to adapt to play style of a higher rank, and then punish those in this rank for playing like they're in this rank, which is kind of what you're doing now. You're playing like a good player in these ranks rather than a bronze or a silver, playing at like the next level. And the next level for you will be a bit of droning, not getting over thirsty on them first 2 deaths, the first 2 defense rounds, making sure your utility placement's good, and stuff like that. It's going to allow you to take that next step up into the to the next ranks. But your point and click accuracy is fine for these ranks. It's just your positioning. So we'll go on the thermite now. So you're pushing through scuba most likely, maybe showers, lockers. Again, so much face checking going on. If someone's holding this angle, you're dead, right? Those angles, you're very likely going to die there. They're not, so you get away with it. You're just leaping through without droning again. In better ranks, you will get punished for that. 100%, 125%. Be careful, because you see, like even this is what I mean by positioning as well. Right, so there's a cam there, there's no one on it, right, because the light's not lit up, or unless it's glitching out, which seems to be happening quite a lot recently, but there's no one on the cam. So you don't know if there's anyone on yellow stairs, or scuba stairs or whatever. You don't know if there's anyone on there because you haven't droned it out right. And that's fine. Let's just assume there is no one on there. But when you push up to around here, right, as you do in a second, now you open yourself up to 2 angles. You open yourself up to yellow stairs, but at the same time, the way that you pushed opened you up to side. Opened you up to the back side. So you need to be really aware about where your body is at all times and where you can be peeked from. So you can be peeked right now from sight. You can be peeked from the hallway. You can be peeked, from sight, the hallway. You can be peeked from yellow stairs. So make sure that you're cutting off angles to take control. So maybe hug this wall and just watch yellow stairs, because then it's cut off. You've cut off these 2 angles. Or different things like that. Just be aware of where your body is, because look at this. You'll see what I mean now. You go to check this, that's fine. And then you go to check yellow, but then boom. See how exposed you are there? Like for that second, you realize it. You realize it, and you adjust it and move back and kind of cut the angle off. But when you're not even looking there, right? So there. See, your back was turned, and if anyone is sitting around here watching this doorway, they're just going to see this thermite, like crouch walk looking the other way. They'd be like, wow, what is going on there? So you just need to be aware of where your body is, right?
Placing cluster charge. Cluster charge going live.
Even that, taking out the cam. Point in case. Point in case. Boom. That just couldn't have went more accurately to what I was saying. So the ADS is going off. You go to take out this cam, and look who's there. Boots. Luckily now he's not actually watching your door. He's watching the hallway door. But if he is watching this door, you're dead. Right? And you go to take out, you going straight in to punch that cam. You have to remember that now you're opened up to this whole side of the map, and still scuba, and still the hallway. So you just need to be aware of where you're showing your body to. And he's pushed out to the hallway. You can hear him. Oh, baby, drop shot. That's what I'm talking about. Well played, but also listen to. You gotta make sure you got your sound cue on. You listen here. Ready? Just when you start to place the claymore. Hear that? The big duck footsteps? That's him moving to the hallway. Oh, at least we got to see that twice. I like it. Headshot as well. Alright, so you're going to start approaching in on sight. Okay, doesn't know where he is, what day it is. We ate this morning. Neither does the mirror, and you punish them. Well played. Like, you know, like I said, like your actual point and click aiming is fine. It's fine. It's just your positioning and knowing where to be on attack. You need to be using your drone. You didn't get punished here, and that's sort of the problem sometimes, right? Like, because not all the players that you kind of come up against are going to be as weak as the enemy team there, right? So as the players get stronger, you'll be punished for mistakes that you weren't punished for in that game, like face checking everything. Like, not droning, about bad utility placement, you know, and just kind of not a full sense of positioning and stuff, right? It's not your, like, exposing your body to angles and different things like that. Like, you will get punished by, and you already know this, because that's why you're down in this rank. You can't, you lose a lot of games, and that's the reality. So those things there, like, you know, looking out for where your utility is placing, understanding what angles you're exposed to. I did a video last week, earlier in the week, which I'm losing my mind, on the weekend just gone, called How to Die Less and Win More Gunfights. How to win more gunfights and die less, something like that. And in that video, I speak about that. I speak about understanding what angles you're exposed to and how to cut off angles. Make sure you're not exposing yourself. You're exposing yourself to as little angles as possible. So that's going to be super important for you. And I think I even talk about that whole leaning mechanic there. So understanding where you're leaning and not smashing the lean button. Like, even just, I didn't mention it at the time, but even when we look at this dock here, right? Where was this? Yeah, right here on this dock, you kind of zoop, zoop, zoop in and out of a few different places. Whack, whack, whack. You're not actually shooting at anything. Like, you don't need to like spam QE. You do it a few times. You do it in most of your gunfights, and I do it too. But you just need to be aware of when you press Q, how far it's going to pull you out, right? So maybe it makes more sense to, in this situation, maybe it makes a little bit more sense to just stay right leaned, but strafe out. Or if you're trying to get away, just straight out. Don't bother taking a shot. You know? Things like that. But like I said, your point and click accuracy is fine, my dude. I would just be working on that utility placement, that overall angles and positioning and where you're being exposed to, and start using your drone more. If you're playing with mates, use your drones, get into that habit, and trust me, just by droning more and playing as a cohesive team and just being aware of what angles you're exposed to, you will fly through copper. You'll fly through copper, no problems, bro. So, yeah, I guess with that being said, thank you very much for sending in the footage, my dude. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, it really helps the channel grow. And, yeah, I guess without wasting any more time, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.